Hi everybody, I'm Alim from Haji Seminary. I'm talking about instructional design. The ADDIE model of instructional design has 5 phases: analyze, design, develop, implement, and evaluate. The analyze phase has 8 steps: validate performance gap, identify probable causes, prove need for an instruction, determine instructional goal, confirm goals audience, catalog required resources, decide potential delivery systems, and compose a project management plan. In the first step, validate performance gap, you measure the actual performance, confirm the desired performance, and determine the discrepancy between them to demonstrate the existence and the extent of the gap. In this clip, we're stepping up to take a look at the next step. In the second step of the analyze phase, identify probable causes. You search into what has caused the gap. All probable causes for a performance gap can be categorized into 3 main categories: lack of resources, lack of motivation, and lack of knowledge and skills. Lack of resources is associated with limited technology capacity, limited cognitive capacity, or limited process capacity. Limited technology capacity occurs when someone wants to perform a task, but they don't have the tools for performing in their disposal. Say that the teachers want to give their lessons in the form of PowerPoint presentations, but they don't have computers and projectors to use in their classes. The cause of the gap is a limited technology capacity. A limited cognitive capacity comes from a state of not being able to understand. Say that many of the subjects studied in seminaries require a certain level of reasoning maturity. The majority of the middle school teens don't have the cognitive readiness for digesting the studies. The gap in this case comes from limited cognitive capacity. Limited process capacity happens when the process being followed is flawed. Say that most of the materials considered for the courses are not finished at the end of their allocated times. The discrepancy in this example comes from limited process capacity. Lack of motivation is the state in which one has the required resources for performing a task, but they don't want to do it. For example, as Robert Branch said, a student may not have received feedback or coaching from his or her teacher. Or as Branch exemplified again, a teacher might be told to perform a task but receive greater financial incentives for performing other tasks instead. In such cases, the performance discrepancies may result from a lack of motivation. Lack of knowledge and skill, as Branch explained, is the probable cause of the performance gaps when an individual has the resources to perform the desired task and the individual is willing to perform the desired task. However, the intellectual skill or psychomotor skill to perform as desired is not evident. That's for now. To summarize, say that we are learning instructional design. The ADDIE model of instructional design has 5 phases: analyze, design, develop, implement, and evaluate. The first phase, analyze, has 8 steps. In the first step, we measure the actual performance, confirm the desired performance, and determine the discrepancy between them to validate the performance gap. In the second step, we search for the probable causes of the gap to see if it's caused by a lack of resources, a lack of motivation, a lack of knowledge and skill, or a combination of 2 or 3 of the main causes. In the next clips, we'll discuss the next steps in order one after another. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe.